people. It is the twin mama over here. Yeah, Waylon is awake right now. Oh, Bella just walked in the room. Waylon is awake right now, so I might have to go grab him. But Ryan is knocked out, asleep. So, here is my honest review on motherhood. I don't know if I would recommend it. Honestly, I don't. I don't know. Like 10 out of 10, not sure if I would recommend. It's, motherhood is just so different for everybody. And I became a new mom to two babies at once. So I feel like I was never like eased into it. Not that having one kid is easy. I don't want anyone to think that I'm saying that because having one has its own set of struggles. You're still up all the time. They're still completely dependent on you. Having one is not easy. And whenever people are like, "Oh my God, you're such a superstar. You're such a rock star for having two, yada yada," you are also a rock star and a superstar for having one. Like, it doesn't matter how many kids you have. You're an amazing human being. So don't feel like you are like, oh, you can't talk about struggles as a mom to someone that has more than one kid because, like, we're dealing with the same stuff. You just don't have two of it. So, anyways, so being a mom is very unique. Your whole life just abruptly stops and changes. And you go from being able to do whatever you want, eat whatever you want, wear whatever you want, to every single moment of your life revolves around this baby or babies. And I think for me, that has been just so not challenging, but just different. Because before, I could go to Target whenever I wanted, spend as long as I wanted there. I could meet a friend for lunch. I could have a glass of wine. I could do all these things. And it didn't really matter. But now, if I have to go to Target, especially with the boys, it's like, when did they eat? How long are they going to nap? Do I have their double carrier? Am I just going to them in the stroller? How much stuff do I need? Am I going to need a cart? Oh, shoot, I'm going to have to take the carrier. Like, it's just, everything has changed. And that is just a very big obstacle to overcome as a new mom, just to go from like being able to be a little selfish to just caring about other beings. And it's like you don't have a choice. Like the boys are 190,000 million trillion gajillion percent. Oh, there's a jet going by. Um, Dependent on me. And if like they cry, like I have to tend to them. If they need to be fed, I have to feed them. So it's not about me anymore. It is about them. Every moment of my life revolves around them. And so, that is just a very unique thing to just adapt to. And you don't like ease into it. It's like 0 to 100 real quick. Like you go from boop to like straight into these babies need you, like literally the second they come out. So that's like definitely one really unique aspect of motherhood. Another thing is mom shaming, which is so, a part of my language, fucking stupid. Let me tell you why. One, ain't yo damn kids. Two, ain't yo damn life. Three, ain't yo damn business, okay? Ain't your kids, ain't your life, ain't your business. Done. Done, done, done. It does not matter what another mom is doing. It does not matter if another mom is co-sleeping with her kids. It does not matter if another mom is formula feeding or breastfeeding her kids. Shut the hell up. That mom is doing her best. And if you can't say something nice, don't say anything. And if someone is mom shaming you, please tell me because I will gladly rip them a new one. Any time or day of the week. Just let me know. Unless it's from like 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. because that's usually when I sleep because the boys are asleep. But other than that, girl, slide in my DMs and let me know because I will whoop another mama's booty verbally. Not like physically, but like I'll whoop a booty for you because ain't nobody got time to deal with all that mom shaming stuff. Like it's just ridiculous. I've already dealt with it from some trolls on the internet who have nothing better to do than make fake profiles and, talk about moms. But the thing is it's, you post a picture of your kids, right? And then you look at the picture and you're like, oh my gosh, are their heads drooping? Is someone going to say, why are you propping them up? Or if they're like in their stroller, like, why are they not strapped in? Or if you post a picture of them with like the dogs, why are you letting dogs near your kids? Like, it's not your business. The only thing I think a mom should tell another mom is like, hey, like maybe raise the chest clip on the car seat up a little bit. And you can do that over a private message, not on a picture. Private message them and just be like, hey, I don't know if it was just because of the picture. Like, I'm sure you know this, but like, it just looked like the chest clip was like a little low and like just wanted to throw that out there. Done. Handle it correctly. But there is no need to be like, oh my God, you're such a bad mom because blah, blah, blah. Like, we're all doing our best. We're all sleep deprived and we're all like covered in spit up. My arm literally smells like throw up right now because Ryan threw up all over me today. This is my second outfit of the day, and the boys are in their third outfit of the day already because Waylon drools all the time and Ryan spit up, and it was so much fun. So that is point number 2 of motherhood is mom shaming. It's hard to deal with it, and even like not complaining, but venting to people about like, oh, I'm tired or oh, I'm overwhelmed. People are like, well, didn't you want this? It's like when you get a tattoo and you know it's going to hurt. And then you're like, oh, that hurt. And people are like, oh, didn't you know that was going to happen when you got a tattoo? Yeah, I did. And it still hurt and I still got it. Like, yeah, I can tell you that I'm tired. And instead of being like, oh, why are you so tired? Be like, oh, I remember those newborn days. Or, oh, I know that sometimes it's hard. Or, whatever. Like, just be kind. Be kind and be supportive. And if you can't, then peace out. I don't need you in my life. And no moms need you in their life either. So that's that. Sorry, that was like my little rant on mom shaming and trolls. But the one thing that I think has been super, super hard for me is bonding and like the infatuation that people have with their kids. I never like felt super bonded to the boys while I was pregnant. Like I knew I was pregnant and I loved them and stuff, but like I didn't really like talk to my belly or like stuff like that because I think I was just so afraid of like losing them because we've had like losses in the past and dealt with that. I was just so afraid of like losing them that I didn't want to get too attached. So, I was talking to one of my girlfriends about it today actually. I really regret like not taking weekly bump pictures. I mean, I took like a couple, but I didn't take them every single week. I didn't like document my pregnancy and stuff. And then the pandemic happened and then it really put like a damper on stuff. Like I didn't get to have a baby shower. We couldn't take maternity pictures. And then the whole fiasco of like the boys being born thing happened, which is a mess in itself. If you're new to this, watch the video before. It goes into detail of all of that. I think it's a video before. But it's just been hard. It's hard to like bond with them. Like I love them. I think they're adorable. They're so stinking funny and so stinking cute. But it definitely, like, I don't feel like I had that, like, infatuation with them. Like, I feel like other people have had with their baby or babies. And I know a lot of women really are like, I was made to be a mom. I don't feel like that. Like, I like being a mom, I guess. Like, it's, I can't, like, take it back now. But I don't feel like I was made to be a mom. Like, I feel like I was made to work. I feel like I was made to, like, be really successful in life and, like, be a go-getter. That's what I feel like I was made to do. I don't feel like I was made to stay home. But here we are. So that's definitely, like, kind of hard to deal with, is just feeling like I'm an inadequate mom because of that. Because it's just really hard to, like, juggle, being a wife, being a friend, being a mom, like taking care of a house and stuff. And sometimes it's overwhelming at times and it's really a lot. I look at Eli and I'm like, your life really hasn't changed since having babies. Like, you still go to work, you still come home, dinner is still ready for you when you get home, the dad's life doesn't necessarily change a whole lot, but the mom's life just drastically changes overnight. And I think that's hard. This past week, actually, I had a job interview to work for a really, really great company, and they offered me the position. And I couldn't take it because of childcare. Childcare for the boys right now would be a minimum of $2,000 a month to get them into like a daycare. And I don't know any jobs that are really paying that at entry level. Even if like I did get my teaching credential or license, new teachers in Texas don't make more than that. I mean, I'd have to be clearing like 3 or 4 grand a month for me to even be worth it. Like it just doesn't make sense to deal with all of the extra stress that comes with daycare for them just for like an extra $200 a month. That's literally not even our phone bill. So it's hard. I really miss working. I miss being around other adults. I miss having conversation with people that are not babies, like that actually like talk back to me. That's hard. It's really hard as a mom. People don't really tell you like how lonely it is. And I know some people are, maybe a lot of people have a really great supportive mom friends, but I just don't here in Texas. I have like a couple friends, and some of them are moms, and they're amazing people, and I love them so, so much. But it is hard because people are busy, and it's not easy to just be alone, and I don't have my family close by, so it is hard and it is lonely. And I'm on some really great moms pages on Facebook and stuff, and like that's been really awesome, but it's hard for me to like put myself out there to like go to events or like do things like this because I don't know anybody, and I feel like I'm on a blind date, and I just don't know how to like put my best self out there, or like to not be super awkward, or like it's just hard. It's hard. And it's a new season of life, and I've recently like had to deal with like losing some friends because they're just not in this season of life, and they just don't get it, and they are so self-absorbed in being 24 that they can't like open their eyes to see like, yeah, I'm 24 as well, but like I have 2 kids and a husband, and it's just a very unique and different season of life. um, and that's not saying that you can't be friends with people that don't have kids, but it's just hard if they don't get it. I was always the friend that didn't have kids up until 10 weeks ago, but I feel like I understood what it was like to have kids, in the sense that like I would never just like, I don't know, I just didn't expect people with kids to like drop everything for me. Like you understand like, hey, these people have kids, this is like their priority, not me. So that's hard, especially being a young mom, and a young wife. Like my priorities have always been really different, and they've always really been focused on like being a wife, or like now being a mom, and it's definitely challenging to navigate it all. But I definitely think, I'm sure the older I get and the longer I do this whole mom gig thing, I'll like figure it out and learn how to like adapt and stuff. But yeah, I definitely think like, for the most part, I would say I'm doing okay. Um, like I'm not like, oh, I'm wonderful, but like I'm just being real. Like being a mom is really unique, and it has its own set of challenges that no one can really prepare you for until you're in it. And I am so appreciative for like the support I do have on social media from like a lot of girls that I went to high school with, or that I know, other just moms on social media that are really kind. Oh, let me go get Waylon. Hang on one. Waylon went poop, so he wasn't too happy about that. But yeah, what I was saying was, I talked to a lot of girls on like Instagram and stuff that I went to high school with, or that like I just know, from life, or even there's some moms that I've literally never met before that are just like the biggest cheerleaders. And I just want to say, if any of you are watching this, like, thank you, because so many of you get what it's like to not only just be a young mom, but just to be a mom, and make it so easy to just be able to talk about like what is going on in like, they don't have twins, but I don't feel Like if they're like, oh, it's been a hard night or whatever, I'm not like, oh, well, let me tell you how hard it is too. Like they just, we can all just kind of vent to each other about it, and I think that's like a really unique, just really unique relationship to have, is that we can all kind of be there for each other even though we're not there like in person. And I think that's something that I really want to make sure that I always do, is like I'm always encouraging other women and reaching out to other women and stuff, and just like making sure that people are, you know, like okay and stuff. I think another really unique aspect of being a mom is just how much your body changes too. Um, you know, Before I got pregnant, I never thought that I would have like stretch marks or, like a mom apron or pouch or pooch or whatever you want to call it. But because I had a C section, the skin and the area like above my scar is still completely numb and tingly. And it's a super, super weird feeling. And like if my jeans rub on it or my like leggings, it feels so weird that it's just, I don't even know how to explain. If you have a C-section, you totally get it. Like, but it's just so weird. Um, but because of that, it's really weird to like exercise and stuff. And I'm just tired. The boys sleep from like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. to 2 or 3 a.m., but then they're up, and then they're up again at 5 or 6, and then they're up for the day. And so sometimes they nap, sometimes they don't. Sometimes one naps on me, one naps in his swing or bounce here, whatever it may be. So it's hard to like exercise or, whatever, when you don't really know what your day is going to look like. So you know, that throws a wrench in your plan too. And I never thought that I would be 24 with stretch marks. Um, and that's just kind of hard thing to adapt to. You really want to like love your body, but it's hard. And I don't think there's any shame in just being like, you know what, I just don't love it. I'm not there yet. I see all these posts about, oh, you should love your body because it gave you your babies or yada yada. And that's awesome, but not everyone is there yet. They're 10 weeks old. I've had this new body for 10 weeks. That's it. And, I take vitamins and supplements and, I use collagen lotion and stuff. Um, but I still, have stretch marks and like loose skin. And I know it'll go away, but it's just hard to like see it, because it's just not really what I thought I would look like at this stage in life. But here we are. And I have a snuggly little baby. So Way is definitely the titty baby. He just loves to be held and snuggled like all day long. Like he is just content right now. Um, but yeah, I mean, overall, motherhood is not a bad thing. It's just really different. Um, and some people really thrive in it and some people don't. And if you feel like you are struggling or whatever, like please reach out to someone. Every doctor's appointment I go to, for them, they ask me like, "Are you feeling okay? Have you had any thoughts of like harming yourself or anything like that?" And I have been lucky enough to not struggle with postpartum depression, but honestly, it's because I don't think I've ever really had the time to like sit down and like feel. Because when they got home from the hospital, we constantly have visitors coming and going. And then even when there is visitors, I'm doing laundry, emptying the dishwasher, doing dishes, taking the dogs for a walk, feeding the babies, making dinner, cleaning up for dinner. Like there's not time to just sit. And when I am, I'm watching Netflix. And I think that, like I started Lucifer on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, I really recommend watching it. And if you just continuously watch a bunch of episodes, it's like a long movie and not like you're just binge watching the same show. So it's pretty awesome. But yeah, motherhood is it's a hood, you know. It's got its own set of challenges, and every stage is going to have challenges. You know, when they were in the NICU, that role as a mom was much different than it is now. You know, they had nurses keeping them alive. They didn't necessarily need me as much. Now they need me for everything. You know, like this kid and his crazy, crazy hair. Oh, I'm sorry I messed with your head. I was trying to fix your hair. Hi. I love you. Okay. You know, like, they need us for everything now. And, oh, you want to say hi to everyone on the YouTube? Say hi, I'm Way. Oh, I hear your brother fussing. Well, I'll wrap this video up. My honest review of motherhood. If you have any thoughts, questions, concerns, whatever it may be, please DM me. And just know that if you are struggling with feeling, you know, not like everyone else, or just struggling with different feelings, I guarantee you someone else is feeling the same way and you are not alone. So please don't feel like you are. But I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Thank you for watching this video. Please, I would love your feedback or thoughts as well. And yeah, we're going to go get his brother now. Because, oh, they have to eat in 30 minutes. Oh my God. They eat every 3 hours. And Rye would eat every hour if he could. That kid would actually just eat a bottle all day long if he could, because he loves to eat. And this one just falls asleep while he eats all the time. Don't understand it. Alright, well, have a wonderful day, everyone. Can you say bye? Say bye. Oh, we really gotta go. Bye. Okay, so welcome to my car. My mom has the boys right now, so I ran to the chiropractor and then I gotta go into the grocery store. But one thing that I was thinking about that I wanted to add to this video is mom guilt and double standards. Mom guilt. This is what, let me lock my door so no one tries to run up in this car. So what is really hard about motherhood too is just the guilt that comes with it. Like, I couldn't breastfeed the boys because one, they couldn't latch because their mouths were too small, and two, because I just wasn't making enough milk. So we were supplementing from the moment they were born with donor milk and then with formula to help them gain weight. So they've been on formula since they were, 3 days old. So that makes me feel like a shitty mom. The first little bit of milk that they drank, ever breast milk, was donor milk. It wasn't even mine. So that sucks, and you just feel really guilty and crappy about that. And then, with twins, they eat about 64 ounces a day between the two of them, and I was pumping not close to that. So they had to have formula still. So it just got to the point where I was pumping every 3 hours. I was exhausted, and I just couldn't do it. And it was okay, my mental health matters just as much as their health, and this is just something I cannot do anymore. And so it's hard though, because you feel so guilty, and I see moms posting pictures of how much milk they made, and I'm like, dude, what the why couldn't I get a little bit of that? I was taking supplements. I was eating nothing but what was supposed to make you lactate more. Nothing was working. I was not getting any more milk, and I was just drying up like a sponge every single hour. And it's frustrating because you feel super guilty. And one thing also that's hard is, since there's two babies, for me at least, one of them has to cry sometimes. When they are both screaming, I cannot soothe both of them. I've tried and it doesn't work. I can hold them both, but they both just cry. So one has to just sit there for a second. I have to soothe the other one and then deal with his brother. And it's hard because you feel so guilty listening to your babies cry. But I can't tend to them every single time because there's one in me. I say, one mama, two babies. I can't tend to them every moment of the day. When Eli's at work, when I don't have help, I can't pick them up every time they cry. And you feel really guilty as a mom, and you feel really just bad because you want to be there for your babies. And I see things on social media about babies, they can't be left alone to cry, or yada yada, or like it's not selfish of a baby to want to be held, or like just stuff like that. And it just makes me feel bad. And then I'm like, you know what though? There's only so many things I can feel bad about in life. And when you have two babies screaming at the same time, you cannot handle both of them. And there's been so many times that, like, when they're both screaming, I would just put them in their crib and walk into the kitchen and have a glass of water, take a deep breath, and then go handle what needs to be handled. Because I have to make sure that I'm good first and foremost before I tend to them. And that's hard because, you know, if there was one baby, I could pick them up, no doubt, and just soothe them, you know. And I probably would hold that baby a lot more, or, you know, be there, be a lot more attentive, or be a lot more, like, hands-on. But the boys have to be independent. They have to be, because there's two of them, you know. And that is really, really hard to deal with sometimes. Okay, so that's the end of mom guilt. It sucks. I'm sure everyone has it for different things, but that's my 2 cents on mom guilt. Okay, second, double standards. Here's what I mean by double standards. Standards that women have as moms that men don't have as dads. If Eli took both of the kids to Target, everyone would be like, oh my God, what an amazing dad he is. When I take both the kids to Target, you know, people say, bless your heart. Bless your heart. Oh my God, I don't know how you do it. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Or, wow, I feel so bad for you. I feel so sorry for you. Wow, you must have your hands full. I feel so sorry for you. Or, oh, I'm so glad I only have one. Okay, why can't you just be like, oh, you have cute babies? Or, oh, good for you, girl. Or like, oh, you are superwoman. Like, there are people that do say positive things, but the majority of people, like, saying things is usually like, oh, I couldn't do it. Well, you know what? You fucking figure it out. Let me tell you. Like, I thought I couldn't do it either, but here we are. You know, you figure it out. So I think that's definitely also something that, like, what did I just do with my hair? Y'all know this is my thing. Like, playing with my hair is my thing while I do these little videos. It's my tick in life. But, you know, it's hard. Like, the double standards are so real. You know, like, I think I mentioned it earlier, too. Like, you know, I was expected to give up my job. I was expected to just stay home, raise babies. And recently, Eli told me, you know, the only thing I expect of you is to keep the boys alive. And it's like, thank you. But when you get home from work, you're not really helping with the laundry or the dishes or stuff like that. So there are expectations still. You know, it's like, if I don't make dinner, then we don't eat dinner, or someone's got to go run to In-N-Out, or, you know, if I don't do the laundry, it doesn't get done. And the boys split up. Like, today, they're literally on outfit, like, number 4 for one of them, because they just spit up and drool and make a mess. Like, you know, if I don't do their laundry, they don't have clean clothes. If I don't do my laundry, I don't have clean clothes. If I don't do the dishes, the boys don't have clean bottles. Like, things like this that are just expected of you as a woman or a wife, especially stay-at-home moms, that it's really hard, you know? And like I said, Eli's life really hasn't changed a whole lot from having, you know, babies, because he still goes to work and comes home and, like, that's that. And so it's definitely, like, challenging to just accept the double standards what they are. And I don't want people to think I'm, like, bashing on my husband. He works really long hours and he works really hard to provide for us. I'm just simply pointing out double standards in life that are very prevalent in my relationship, and I know in others' relationships as well. You know, when you are a stay-at-home mom, there's so much work to do. And when you are a working mom who has kids, there is so much work to do. If you are a mom, period, there's so much work to do. So there's definitely, like, a lot going on, you know. So that is just my 2 cents on all of that. It's hard, you know, it's for sure really hard to just accept things for what they are, you know. And, like, I'm sure there's dads who really want to be hands-on and really try to be hands-on, but you just can't be in the extent that your wife is. You know, you can't, if you work as a man, you cannot do as much as a stay-at-home mom does. You can't do it. And if you are a stay-at-home mom, then, like, oh, this dude just totally watched me, like, make this video. What's up, dude? Anyways, it's just, the double standards are hard. And I think that is also something that irritates me as a woman, is because I feel like, because I was raised by a single mom and I've always been raised to be, like, really independent and stuff, it's really hard for me to just, like, be like, yo, like, well, like, what's going on here? Because it can't always be 50-50 in everything. Like, it can't always be. So the work falls on, one partner over the other, and that's just the reality. And it sucks sometimes, and it's hard sometimes, and it definitely isn't as, fun for me, when I have, like, 3 loads of laundry to fold and put away, and a baby crying, and one of the dogs got booty juice on the couch. Like, it's just always something, So that is definitely my 2 cents on that. Also, I thought of this while I was talking. Sorry, I'm chewing gum. That's probably not, like, a good thing. Money. It is super hard to deal with money for me these days because I don't have any coming in. So I've worked since me and Eli got married, literally always worked. And now I don't have a job, so I don't have any money coming in. And that is really hard because, not that I think Eli would do this, nor do I think he is this disgusting of a human being to be like, deuces, I'm out. But at the same time, I don't have a leg to stand on right now. So it's really hard to just, like, be, like, independent, because I can't be independent when there is just people coming in and out of this damn parking lot looking in my car. Mind your business. Anyways, it's hard for me to feel independent as a woman because I literally rely on Eli to provide for us. And that sucks, and that really makes me feel insecure at times, because it's like, he could walk out and leave and I don't have anything, like, I can't afford childcare. There's literally no job I could work at this point that would even pay my bills and pay childcare. Like, I'd have to move back in with my mom, and I don't even know. I don't even want to imagine that, because that just sounds like a lot. So that's definitely hard too, is just feeling, like, very insecure. I think, as I'm talking, a lot of motherhood for me has been insecurity. Feeling insecure about my body, feeling insecure about, like, my relationship at times, feeling insecure about me as a mom, just feeling insecure about things. And that's, like, a really crappy feeling. And I'm sure the older I get, the more it'll go away, and I am just still adjusting to that. But I'm sure there's a lot of other women who feel very similar to that, It's really hard to just, like, rely on other people to take care of you or to do other things. And, yeah, that's just my 2 cents, I guess, on motherhood and life. And I promise I'm done rambling on and on about this topic, and I gotta go to Kroger and buy more formula for my kids because they be eating all the time. But, yeah, that's going to be the end of my motherhood segment, because I feel like I could just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on about it. But anyways, thanks for watching this video, and yeah, let me know what y'all think down below in the comments, or DM me, or, send me a text, whatever.